All right, let's crank it up for this deep dive. We're going to spin you right into the core of what it means to be a DJ. You got that feeling, right? That fire to command the dance floor. And I bet you've even got your hands on some awesome resources about becoming a DJ.
Yeah.
Whether you're thinking, this is it, this is my career, or if you're just seriously curious about the DJ world, well, we're going way deeper than the surface here. Get ready for some insider secrets, those how did they do that tricks, and a real sense of what it takes to move a crowd. You might think it's all about that killer music library, right? But guess what? Our source material totally debunks that myth, like needing some fancy degree in music.
Yeah, it's funny how that myth sticks around. It's like people think you need to know music theory like a symphony conductor or something. And sure, knowing your scales helps, but it's really about raw talent. It's that natural ability to read a room, almost like it's a book, and then you craft the perfect set that tells a story. That's the real deal.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But there are DJs, and then there are DJs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like our source material really gets into how different these DJ specializations are. It's definitely not one size fits all.
No way, not at all. We're talking about club DJs who own the night, radio DJs setting the vibe for thousands. You've got your mobile DJs who can bring the party literally anywhere. And then you've got the turntablists pushing those sonic boundaries. It's incredible, really. The adaptability you need in this line of work, it never ceases to amaze me.
Wow. It's like DJing is a whole universe in itself. But let's be real for a sec. The source material doesn't sugarcoat things, It talks about the not-so-glamorous side of being a DJ late nights, the potential for burnout.
It's true. It definitely can be a grind. DJing often means late nights, working when everyone else is out having fun. I think the key is passion. If you're just chasing a flexible schedule, more power to you. But I think true success, it comes from that deep down desire to share your love of music, to really connect with people. That's the stuff that fuels you through those long nights. And speaking of which, our source had some super helpful tips on avoiding burnout, especially in such a fast-paced world.
Our listeners are a savvy bunch, always looking for those insider tips, right? So let's hear them.
Yeah.
What kind of burnout-busting gems did our source material uncover?
Well, imagine this. A three-legged stool, okay?
Okay.
One leg, that's planning, seriously. Mapping out your gigs, practice time, downtime, the whole 9 yards. The second leg, that's realistic expectations. You're not going to be headlining festivals overnight, right?
Okay.
And the third leg, this is crucial, self-care. You just can't pour energy into a crowd if you're running on fumes yourself,
Yeah, it's like they say, put your own oxygen mask on first.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a bit here. We've talked passion, we've talked stamina, but what about the actual skills it takes to be a DJ? Is it really just about having an epic playlist? Our source material says, nope, not even close.
You hit the nail on the head. Think about it. Anyone can throw together a playlist. But a true DJ, they're masters of reading the crowd.
Yeah.
They can feel the energy in the room, what's going to get people moving, and they can transition between tracks so smoothly. It's like a journey, a story.
Whoa, it's like they're reading minds out there on the dance floor.
In a way, they kind of are. And on top of that, there's a technical side. You got to know your equipment like the back of your hand, be able to troubleshoot on the fly. That's mission critical. Remember that time? Actually, I won't say any names, but a DJ friend of mine, their soundboard totally died mid-set. At a huge club, it was crazy. But because they knew their gear so well, they kept the music going without missing a beat. The crowd barely even noticed. It was amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. True professionalism. Our source material also mentioned something that surprised me. Marketing. I wouldn't have pegged that as a DJ's strong suit,
Oh, it's essential these days. Especially with social media and everything. DJs have to be their own hype squad. Building their online presence, engaging with fans, promoting gigs, the works.
So it's like a multi-level skill set they need. Tech wizard, crowd psychologist, and a marketing guru all rolled into one.
No wonder our source material breaks down the DJ career path into stages. It's like leveling up in a video game.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? You don't go from spinning tunes in your bedroom to headlining Coachella overnight.
Okay, so break it down for us. What's a realistic path for someone just starting out?
Our source material did a great job of outlining this. A lot of times it starts small, maybe assisting some established DJs, learning the ropes, making those connections. Then come the smaller gigs, local bars, house parties. You build your reputation from there. You really got to pay your dues, earn that street cred before you hit the big time.
It's true. You got to earn your stripes. It's true. You got to earn your stripe.
Well, and as you climb that ladder, you might find your niche,
Right.
A specific genre, a certain vibe that really sets you apart. And that brings us to a super interesting part of the source material. the interview process.
Oh, yeah.
Because, believe it or not, even seasoned DJs, they still have to nail those job interviews.
Oh, I can only imagine. You'd think it's all just drop a beat and let's see what you got.
Yeah.
But our source material, it talks about some seriously unexpected interview questions.
Right. It's not just about how well you can mix. They want to see your personality, your professionalism, how you handle the unexpected. For instance, one question that came up in the source was, how do you deal with a technical malfunction in the middle of a set?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Mhm.
Because let's face it, tech fails happen, even to the best.
Absolutely. But that question, it's not really about your tech skills. It's about problem solving, staying cool under pressure, keeping the energy up no matter what. They want to know you can handle the heat.
So it's about thinking on your feet, having those backup plans ready. Did our source material offer any tips on how to handle those curveball questions?
It did. And this is where it gets really interesting. Remember those AI-powered practice tools we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Well, they're not just for your music. They can be a game changer for interview prep, too.
AI for interview practice. Now, that's next level. Tell me more about that. How does that even work?
Okay, so picture this. You've got an interview coming up, right?
Okay.
For your dream DJ gig. Now, instead of freaking out, pacing the floor, you log into one of these AI platforms. And they actually simulate these realistic interview scenarios, complete with all the tough questions.
Wow, so you're not caught off guard when they throw a curveball.
Exactly. And here's the best part. You can record your answers. And the AI will actually give you feedback
Wow.
on your tone, clarity, even the content of what you're saying.
It's like having a personal interview coach 24/7. So for our listeners out there, the ones ready to step up to the decks, into that DJ spotlight, what are the biggest takeaways from our deep dive today?
It all goes back to passion, that love for the music, that drive to connect with a crowd. That's your fuel. But it's also about recognizing that becoming a successful DJ, it's a journey. It takes a whole range of skills.
It really does.
Technical skills, understanding people, marketing, and a good dose of resilience, too.
It's about embracing the unexpected, those tech hiccups, the tough interview questions, and realizing those are all chances to show what you're made of.
Exactly. So as you're starting out on this exciting journey, here's something to think about. If you were to build your DJ brand today, what would make you stand out? What would make you unique in this constantly changing world?
That's the million-dollar question, right? It's about finding your sound, your style, what makes you you, and owning it. And on that note, we'll leave you to spin your own musical journey. Thanks for joining us on this electrifying deep dive into the world of DJing.